Wait a second.
Because
What did you say? I'm sorry. You said he moved out of shop?
There was in Rochester, in the backyards of half a dozen places, there were Jewish guys who subcontracted with the clothing factories to make parts of their clothing and sell
This
it
is what piecemeal, yeah.
Right. Your grandfather on the other side
Was the slave
had
master.
one of those.
He was the boss.
Of one of those shops.
Mom's grandfather. No, my mother's grandfather was a boss.
Right.
Not his father? Yeah? Lester's not his father, right? Your grandfather? Anyway.
His name was, my mom's father was Jack, and it would be his father, Sano. So my mother's grandfather was the sweatshop owner.
Right. So
the bad people, and we had the good people over here.
So there was one of those shops emptied out just about across the street from my father's shop, and Robert rented it.
Huh.
And that's where he moved into for several years.
What street was this? Do you remember?
Joseph.
This is Joseph Avenue.
So
That's the main
and
one.
one of the things that happened is, as my dad was explaining, is that your grandfather got drafted, and then my dad was trying to keep this going, the business going, the mail order business, because they had all these counts, and that at some point my dad bailed, and this is actually where I think this is my inkling of the first hint at where your career should be, which was more around people than just being in the back of the doing this thing, which was, you know, making a good living,
Right.
but was not around a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I think that's true.
So he
You were
bailed.
very young at this point also, right?
14, 15.
So he was trying to keep this business
Oh.
going.
Alaska at 14, 15.
Yes, this is no wonder he bailed, right? So you went over to now, but
Is it
here's the
during the
here's the
Yeah,
question I did not ask yesterday, and I've been itching to ask, which is whether
Do you want to sit?
Robert ever went to college.
Sit.
No, he went to RIT.
Rochester Institute of Technology.
You want to sit?
So did he? Do you want to sit, or are you okay? So RIT. So what? But was he running the business while he was at RIT? Because he obviously had the GI
I
Bill.
don't know. Well, I think he was studying to be a professional printer in RIT.
Oh, and then he thought he was going to continue with that, and then he bailed.
Right. He took a job with Harriet's brother-in-law,
Okay.
who
I
had a
didn't know
print
who-
shop.
Okay.
Harriet's brother,
Lovenheim.
Bernstein.
No, Bernstein, Lovenheim. There was someone with a print shop. I'm thinking of my other uncle. Oh, Phil Senzel.
Phil Senzel, not Bernstein.
Yeah, Senzel.
Phil Senzel, and
The father. of the
I
guy
don't
with the
know
ball-
whether it
baseball.
was the job or the relationships. Your father never
My
quarreled with anybody.
Yeah,
but-
very.
Huh?
Well,
It's
I
okay,
keep on.
look,
I keep on doing this slip as well. I say father, and it's her grandfather.
But I look exactly like my mother, so I guess it does a thing to people's brains.
Right. It's
So, anyways,
but he never quarreled.
He was very calm.
I never
Guy.
saw him raise his voice. Never.
Yeah, I remember that about him too.
So he
Very-
he quit the printing business after maybe like a year or so.
Yeah.
And then he went back to the kit business,
Yeah.
and that's where he made a really good go of it for a long time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I knew those kids when I was a kid. That they were always around their house.
No, well, he made a living for all those years.
No, and it was like,
Madhim.
yeah, he had like employees. Had a whole
What was
thing.
your facial expression?
Madhim, I said, very cool, like amazing.
Yeah.
Such a funny little niche.
Yeah.
But
It's
and I remember those
Yeah.
kits. They were something. I remember doing them as a kid. Like they were, like
They're all
excess.
around.
So by the time I was a kid, they were far retired. My grandfather was far
So I
retired.
created some of my own, making.
Well, I actually remember going to the shop. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my mom talks at the shop too.
Yeah.
The smell. She
Yeah.
always talks about the
Well,
smell.
and just tons and tons of leather around, all sorts of scraps. We used to be able to get good scraps.
Cool.
Of course, your dad always had good scraps. You probably remember. So, Maizedi, your dad's father, was also an aspiring artist, as you probably know. So he always used to have this stuff that was kind of waxy, but probably was disgusting industrial waste. I don't know where it, but he used to mold things in this wax, right, Dad?
Right.
I don't even know what it was.
Like
It was
the
waxy,
base,
right? Like
sculptures.
sticky wax type stuff. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Probably, is that what he used to make those sculptures, like the one you have?
No, he may have. That I
Interesting.
don't remember very well. But he made them out of clay.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
So what did you do? I don't know what he did with the wax, but I just remember lots of that wax. I remember leather. I remember tons of sewing machines, industrial really sewing machines, which
For
he
shoes
dealt
and-
with buying and selling.
Huh. Interesting.
In the basement of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Interesting.
I wonder if your mom remembers. My favorite dish that your mom would make is the kugel, which was always kind of a sweet raisin kugel,
Luxemkugel.
Luxemkugel dairy.
Dairy.
Yeah, it would be dairy.
With cheese. Interesting.
I think
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think it. I don't know. Do you know if it was a dairy kugel?
Who was?
If your mom Bubby made a dairy kugel, if a lot of people make a parf now,
Yeah,
so
the
that it's
Luxemkugel parf
you know.
with meat.
Well, we didn't harp
Didn't-
on that.
The niceties.
You know, she may or may not have. It probably was part of it because there's no room in there for meat. I don't know.
Well, now, here's a real question. How did your parents feel about Robert marrying to somebody who kept kosher?
Oh, this was, from what I understand, this was a real scandal.
No, I don't think so. I think they
Really?
said, "Is he in love with her?"
Oh, that's
that's
good.
nice.
That's good.
Wow.
Huh, that's nice.
Because I remember we were at a Becker reunion. You were there.
Okay.
I think you said someone expressed that this was like the scandal of the century. They were the ones who married the non-Jews, or they were the ones who married the ones
Well,
who
I
kosher?
think you
And
could.
they were
you
close.
Could, you could make it. You could make it that way, but I don't think my parents did.
Interesting. Okay, fair.
You know, I think they really, truly felt if this is what he wants, that's it.
Was there also a dynamic of like marrying someone from the old country? Was that a thing as well?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
No.
I guess it
There
more
was
common.
there was a funny thing, which I don't think was very strong, but it touched Netta hard. My mother dropped some remark about she doesn't even speak Yiddish. About
Netta.
Netta, you know, which
Interesting.
must have been an important thing for her. Like you were a real Jew, or you were an American Jew, and there was a difference there,
Oh, that's interesting.
which
That's
may have
actually the
inf-
opposite of what I would have expected. Okay.
yeah, which may have influenced the Harriet business, because even though Harriet was Dati, she had actually come from Poland.
Yeah, and of course she spoke Yiddish. That's what she and her sisters spoke always.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
But to speak Yiddish, boy, that's or to speak English. It's sort of, despite her best intentions, she felt closer to Yiddish
To the
speakers.
Yiddish, yeah.
How's your Yiddish nowadays?
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Her, mine,
Yours.
Yours. How's your Yiddish nowadays?
ich kann reden ein bisschen. Passt nicht der Harvey Makamot, Platzin.
Oh,
My Hebrew tends to
it's
creep
mixed
in.
together.
No, it does creep in, but I remember when you first came here, you would, and you still do, you'd find people that speak Yiddish, taxi drivers, little people that fix things. There's a guy around the corner, right? Yeah. So you know, I mean, it's not so much anymore, but when you first came here,
Table fell.
that's okay. We're just don't break their stuff.